What is going on, all you crazy MMA fans, MMA gurus, MMA whatever in this whole entire planet? This is UFC on Fuel TV 8, the best fights of this card. Let me start with the first one actually. Hyun Gyeon Lim versus Marcelo Guimaraes. Hyun Gyu knocked out Marcelo in the second round. That was a good KO. Takeya Mizugaki versus Brian Caraway. Takeya Mizugaki beats Brian Caraway by split decision. That was an exciting fight. But I want to say, Brian Caraway, his girlfriend is Miesha Tate. She told him before the third round that he should coast the third round because he had the first two. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He did, and Takeya Mizugaki brought it, and Takeya Mizugaki won. What great advice by Miesha Tate, and she's a fighter too. She should know better than that. Then we have Brett Tavares versus Ricky Fukuda. That was an exciting fight. Brett Tavares wins by unanimous decision. Then another fight that I want to talk about is Diego Sanchez versus Takanori Gomi. The judges got it horrendously wrong. Diego Sanchez did not beat Takanori Gomi. No way. He might have won the first round, but that's even controversial. But definitely not 2 and 3. Takanori Gomi, for those who didn't see the fight, or for those who did, you know what I'm talking about. But Takanori Gomi came out like his old 2005 Pride Grand Prix champion self. Takanori Gomi was telling Diego Sanchez to come on. Did you just hear what I said? He was telling Diego Sanchez to come on. Diego Sanchez. That's nuts, man. Takanori Gomi was on fire, and he was the more aggressive fighter. Diego Sanchez was not the most aggressive fighter. Takanori Gomi was chasing Diego Sanchez, but Takanori Gomi was landing as well. There is no way he won that fight. I hope he wins the win bonus as well, because he got robbed. And then we have a fight that I want to talk about. Mark Hunt versus Stefan Struve. Oh, man. This fight is nuts. I don't know of any other way to describe it other than it being nuts. Listen, for all you boring fighters out there, and for all the grapplers who just lay and pray, and for all the jiu-jitsu guys that don't do anything to improve your game and improve your position, watch the first round of this fight, please. Stefan Struve pulled guard on Mark Hunt, and he was trying to submit Mark Hunt. He was throwing up triangle chokes. He was throwing up arm bars. He was trying to finish him, and he did a awesome sweep. He swept him, and Mark Hunt was on the bottom, and Stefan Struve was on top, full mount, raining down punches. Stefan Struve was trying to finish this fight, but Mark Hunt's submission defense was just too much. The second round was nuts. Stefan Struve was jabbing the hell out of Mark Hunt. He was establishing his jab, but Mark Hunt was also landing his left hook and his right hand. Stefan Struve got bloody in that round. It was pretty bonkers. And it got even more bonkers when Mark Hunt took Stefan Struve down, and then Stefan Struve was on his back trying to submit Mark Hunt. Everyone was like, why is he doing that? Well, easy, he was tired. Then the third round comes along. Oh, man. Mark Hunt. I don't know if it was the second or third round, but Stefan Struve threw a high kick to Mark Hunt's head, and Mark put his hands down and stuck his chin out and took the kick on his freaking chin. That was nuts, man. That's how I can describe this fight, as being nuts. But Mark Hunt established his range and hit Stefan Struve with a left hook, boof, right hand, boof. It was like the Eiffel Tower. It was like the Sears Tower. It was like the Statue of Liberty was coming down. Stefan Struve fell, hitting the cage, and he was just about done. And Mark Hunt just walked away. But the problem was, the fight wasn't over yet. Herb Dean did not stop the fight yet. I'm telling you, this fight was nuts. Watch this fight if you didn't, or watch it again, because I honestly will watch it again. Then Mark Hunt started walking away. Herb Dean went closer, looked at Mark looked at Stephen Struve. Mark Hunt turned around and looked and saw that the fight hadn't been stopped yet. So then Mark turns around and walks back, and then Herb Dean stops the fight. It was nuts, man. But Mark Hunt wins by TKO in the 3rd round. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Vanderlei the Axe Murder Silva versus Brian Stann. Oh man, when has Brian Stann ever been in a boring fight? Never. He is 100%. And no boring fights ever. When has Vanderlei Silva been in a boring fight? Never in the history. In his entire history. From Vale Tudo bare knuckle fights to today. Never. And I just want to say, I have so much respect for Vanderlei. So much. He has so many fans from all over the world. And you know what? He is extremely nice. Extremely nice person. He has been quoted as being said, "I don't care if I win or lose as long as my fans liked my fight." Man, that's amazing. I had the pleasure and honor of meeting him twice, actually. He is extremely nice. Listen, the way he fights makes him a legend, but the way he treats his fans, it's on another level. If there was a Mount Rushmore of fighters, there's no doubt he would be on there. And let's talk about the fight. The 1st round. Oh, violence, aggression, murder. They went toe to toe, blasting each other like crazy in the middle of the octagon and in the corners, everywhere. Man, huge respect for Brian Stann. Huge respect. Huge respect for that guy. He was going toe-to-toe with Vanderlei. Vanderlei was throwing everything. Brian Stann knocked down Vanderlei a few times. Vanderlei popped right back up really fast and just started throwing like crazy. And, of course, he clipped Brian Stann a bunch of times. In the 1st round, he busted his nose open big time. Brian Stann's nose was gushing blood all over, and he was still throwing. Vanderlei Silva in the 2nd round. Vanderlei Silva started getting him in the Muay Thai clinch, his famous Muay Thai clinch that he used to knock out so many people with, including Rampage Jackson. You just see the knees come up, bam, 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 and then lets it go, and then bam, trading like crazy. This was like Diego Sanchez versus Clay Guida, but they were actually landing and much more aggressive. This was so aggressive as every single Vanderlei Silva fight. Boring fighters will never, ever understand how important it is to be exciting. They will never understand that. They care about the W. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way up to W. They don't like the L. They like the W. They will never understand. They will never understand marketing, promotion, fans, never understand anything. If you want to see the most exciting fighter ever, watch Vanderlei Silva fight. And the 2nd round, Brian Stann just stood still for a brief second. Vanderlei Silva threw his left hook, right hand, 1-2, Brian Stann, kaboom. He went down. And listen, there's a lot of true fighters out there, right? Vanderlei Silva is just on another level of aggression. He has something that a lot of fighters, even champions, do not have. And you guys want to know what that is? Killer instinct. A lot of fighters do not have the killer instinct. Make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, Vanderlei Silva has that. Because as soon as Brian went down, he immediately rushed, ground and pound like crazy. The referee had no choice, and he stopped the fight because Brian Stann got KO'd. Huge respect to Brian Stann. Vanderlei Silva is a legend among legends. Thank you everybody for watching, and subscribe.